you lose lean tissue, your body's not going to look like you want it to look. If you lose fat and you build and maintain muscle, your body's going to look exactly like you want it to look. Welcome back, Paul from Paul Sklarx Fit. Today I'm going to show you 3 exercises that you can use to get your abs in shape for summer. No, it's not too late, but like anything else that's worth doing, you've got to work for it. For these 3 exercises, you will only need 2 pieces of equipment, and they are minimal. You're going to need this one for exercise number 1. This is a 45-pound bumper plate. You can use iron plates, you can use dumbbells, anything that's comparable to this that you can grab onto with a solid grip so that you won't drop it on yourself. The second exercise is body weight only, so all you're going to need is what God gave you. This is a slam ball. You will need this for exercise number 3. It is just like a medicine ball, except it does not bounce. So the harder you throw it, the less that it bounces. Now we're going to get into things quickly today. Before we do, I want to show you exactly what I use as far as supplements that help me to recover and to perform my best while I'm working out. Number 1, 100% grass-fed whey protein isolate from Transparent Labs. It's my go-to for supplementation. Again, you want to make sure that you eat whole foods and supplement with the best, cleanest protein on the market. Now, in my workout bottle, I have Transparent Labs Intra. If you take a look here, 6.7 grams of essential amino acids, 2 grams taurine, 1 gram coconut powder water, so you've got electrolytes in it. It will help you sustain through a very difficult workout, especially in conditions like this outside where I'm sweating a lot and I really need my energy and I need to stay hydrated. Last but not least, creatine with HMB. I put it in my protein shakes. Recently, I have been doing 2 5-gram scoops per day, 1 in my pre-workout shake and 1 in my post-workout shake. Make sure that you drink enough water. You want to make sure that you keep yourself hydrated. Whether you take creatine or not, hydration is a key component to optimal performance. All right, it is brutally hot out here on the turf. It's about 110 degrees. Let's get to those 3 exercises that are going to help get your abs in tip-top shape for the summer. All right, guys, exercise number 1 is the metabolic component of this workout, the plate snatch. You have to make sure that you make a mind-body connection with your abdominals. They're a major component in this exercise, and if you do it right, you should feel your abs big time at the end of the exercise. Now, if you're not out of breath when you get done, most likely you've done it wrong. For the plate snatch, we set up exactly like we do for the deadlift. So I've got my feet slightly less than shoulder width apart. I'm going to crouch down and hinge at my waist gently, just like I do when I do a deadlift, as if I was grabbing the bar. I'm going to grab onto my plate. I make sure that I'm in a good position with my lower back nice and flat. I am going to tilt and tap my plate on the floor diagonally. I am going to slowly stand up. My hips pop forward, and then the plate comes straight up overhead. And during this entire time, I've got my abdominals contracted tight. I come back down. Same exact path, same exact position. In real time, I pop it up and put it right back down. So it almost pops off the belly. So I've got to make sure that I've got my abs braced, pops back down off the belly and back down to position. So real time, just like this. My gaze is straight ahead. I'm making sure I pay attention to keeping my abdominals braced the entire time. So if you do this right, it is full body metabolic conditioning. You've got legs, hamstrings, glutes, quads, abdominals, shoulders. You've got the whole deal. So that's our big metabolic component. If we want to strip off fat and make the six-pack show, you got to make sure that you burn enough calories to do that. And of course, calories in, calories out. If you're in a deficit, you're going to lose weight. You want to make sure that you don't lose lean tissue. If you lose lean tissue, your body's not going to look like you want it to look. You're going to move right into the second exercise, which is the plank press up. I'm going to show you the more difficult way to do it, and then I'm going to show you the modified version as well. You want to start this one on the forearms with the feet about 6 inches apart. Now you can put them all the way together, which is fine. It just makes you slightly more unstable. So I've got my abdominals tight. In this position, I've got my elbows right underneath my shoulders. If you decide that this version is too easy, you can step back, get the elbows in front of the shoulders, and that is going to put much more emphasis on your abs. So from this position, it's going to be easier for me to press up to here and keep my abdominals tight and pop right down here than it is If I'm forward and I have my elbows right underneath my shoulders, to press up from here is going to require more triceps, slightly less abdominals. So from this position, engage your abdominals extra tight, press the floor away from you, using your triceps, your lats, and your abs. Down gently like you're landing on hot coals, and then press up and squeeze. Keep connection with your abdominals. So we want to do 10 of these. Very simple. Now, if you cannot maintain that position, what I'll have you do is lay down completely flat. So I'm down nice and flat. Instead of coming up to my toes, I'm going to come up to my knees. So now I've changed my fulcrum. So instead of being on the toes, I'm on my knees. So what I can do here is press up much easier and press down. I still have a lot of tension on my abdominals. It's still tough. I still have tension on my triceps. Not as difficult, obviously, as going to the toes. Now, in between that, what you can do is press up and then go to your feet. Go back down to your knees and back to the elbows. Elbows up, toes, knees, and then back to the elbows. Whichever of the 3 versions I just showed you, you do, it doesn't make a difference as long as you target your abdominals. If you get done with these exercises and you feel your abs, you did it right. If you get done and you say, all right, what's next? That means you really didn't concentrate on what you were doing. When I get done with this exercise, I go, man, that just crushed my abs. I don't say, all right, what's next? I'm ready. Concentrate on your muscles, visualize the way that you want them to look, and then contract them that way. On to our 3rd and final exercise that takes us into a completely different plane, the Russian twist. For this one, we've got our slam ball. This is a 15-pound slam ball. Again, you can use whatever you want. You can use a dumbbell. You can use a medicine ball. There are a number of different variations for the Russian twist. I'm going to show you one today. You are going to keep your heels planted on the floor. So I've got my heels planted. My feet are about shoulder width apart. I've got my abs engaged. I've got my 15-pound ball here. I'm going to lean back, chest nice and high, tucking my pelvis, so taking my hips and pulling them up to my ribs. So I'm going to pull up this way. So I've got my hips pulled up against my ribs, nice hollow position. I'm going to slowly rotate the ball to my right and then rotate the ball to my left. Some people like to look straight ahead. Some people like to look towards the rotation. It really doesn't make that much of a difference as long as you maintain contraction and focus on what you're doing. So real time, I like to move a little bit quicker, get a nice little catch at the bottom. So here I'm pushing and catching and catching and catching rather than just slowly moving the ball to the side. So it's a little catch in the abs, catch in the abs, catch. And if you do it right, boy, your abs should be on fire. Now, you may also feel that in your hip flexors. It's part of the exercise. The goal is to feel it as much as you can in the abdominals. Now, here's your bonus exercise if you stuck around long enough. With your jam ball, we're going to rotate it up and boom, slam it down. Now, you'll notice it doesn't bounce. If this is a live med ball, it's going to bounce right up and hit you in the face. Don't do that and then say that I told you to use a live med ball. This is a jam ball that does not bounce. If you're going to slam, use that, or slam it out here so that it bounces up if you're using a live med ball, and then catch it, rotate it to the other side. So in real time, I'm slamming extra hard, catching it on the tiniest little bounce. Ooh. Man, that puts a little bit more mustard into the belly. That hurts when you get that extra little slam. I want you to perform 20 reps of the Russian twist. Then you're going to rest anywhere between 30 seconds and 1 minute before starting exercise number 1, the plate snatch again. The better shape you get into, the less rest time you will need to take. If we really want to make this metabolic, we want to move from exercise to exercise to exercise, as little rest as possible. We're not trying to make the abdominals big and bulky, right? That's genetic anyway. We're trying to make the abs nice and tight, smooth, so that when someone looks at you at the beach, they go, man, How does that guy get his abs like that? I want you to be that guy that someone comes up to and says, how do I get my abs to look like that? You have to make sure your nutrition is on point. Mine is not perfect. I've talked about it before. I have started to add a lot more lean meat into my diet. I haven't done that in the past. I'm trying it, and right now, it is helping me to lean out. I am still eating fruits and vegetables, berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. I still eat a lot of peanut butter. I eat a lot of yogurt. I eat eggs in the morning with spinach. But yes, I have started to add some ground bison, elk, and I even tried venison for the first time yesterday. Gotta be honest, it was a little tough for me. I really didn't care for it that much. But hey, you live and you learn, you try things and you see what works. Workouts like these are great to do alone, or they're great to grab a partner to do with, someone to cheer you on and make sure you get through those points when you're really tired and you feel like you want to stop. If you enjoyed the video as much as I did, remember, like and subscribe. I will see y'all the next time. Get those abs in shape for summer. Let's go.